In the world of off-road vehicles, there are no limits to the size, power, and ferocity of the machines. If you can imagine it, you can build it. In the off-road community, customizing your ride and making it your own is a huge draw. But there are many who have taken their love of wheeling and scaled it down. Way down.
Well, I've done a lot of work on my truck, my Tacoma, and I just thought it'd be fun to do a small scale, fix them, upgrade them and everything. And so I got a couple crawlers and then just kind of went from there and got more and more. And then was like, then winter rolls around and I was like, I need somewhere inside to play. It'd be fun to have a place that people that don't own RC cars can come in. So we have all the cars here. You can rent them. You can bring your own in if you're doing crawling or racing and stuff like that. But we have them if you need them. So you don't have to have the cars. Just come in and play. It's part of, this is part of the deal.
I think it was after my accident. I wasn't able to drive for a full year. And so my family was just like, look, like the closest thing we can probably do for you is an RC car. And so I got into RC cars and loved it ever since.
Having started my life, crawling with my dad with rocks and old series Land Rovers, I started from the full-size aspect, so I'm used to being in the driver's seat and feeling the car. But it's all of the stuff you learn with RCs applies to full-size with tire placement and how the vehicle's balancing and tilting. You can develop the skills with the smaller ones and then work on, integrating it with your bigger one with practice.
I have a son. I started living vicariously through him. So I was like, hey, I'm sure you're gonna love RCs, so why don't I get you some and I'll have some RCs. And it turned out to be like a lot of RCs. We're just now getting into the smaller ones, but most of them are the big ones that we're into.
So this one's 1/6. So the scale goes off of the size of a real car, right? You're scaling down. This is 1/6 of the size. So that one's pretty big, pretty heavy. Not as common with the 1/6. Usually the 110, 118, or 124 are the more common ones. So this is the 118 size. So this one's slightly big for some of the courses in here. It does work, but the 124 is just usually a little bit smaller wheelbase, a little bit smaller body. But they're fairly similar in size. But these are the ones that we do in here. When you scale down in size, your courses kind of scale up. So we can have these small courses, but they work really well with these smaller size.
Everyone's so nice and the obstacles are fun and they look realistic. Because we off-road now in real life, like the big vehicles. Going to Moab and stuff, it looks just like this. And so it's funny to see RC style, but it's it looks so real.
In addition to rock crawlers, RC vehicles come in all shapes and sizes. Just like real cars and trucks, the tires, suspension, body type, onboard computers, and many other variables come together to create a machine tailored to tackling specific terrain.
The building is what attracts me the most. It's such a rewarding feeling, being able to build something for yourself from scratch or even modify an existing platform and make it to your image. That's the most attractive thing to me about the hobby is you can make your rig however you want it and there's really no limit to it.
I got into 3D printing because of the RC hobby. You can make parts, wheels, all sorts of different things with them. I enjoy the tinkering, the taking apart, not necessarily putting back together, but the taking apart's fun.
Once they get into the hobby, pretty much everyone kind of gets a little bit of addicted to it and they want to build, they want to get better. So it just gets people thinking outside the box and doing something different, hands-on. Also getting out, like I said, it's a good community, so it gets them talking to people, competing. It's a lot of problem-solving stuff, and it's just a fun hobby to just do.